Good evening, everybody. This is meteorologist Andrew Pinero with a weekend outlook kind of tropical update. So we do have another named system, and it's called Nate. At the moment, it's Tropical Storm Nate. And I just want to read something very briefly that came right from the National Weather Service. There is a chance of heavy rain that could produce mainly urban flooding of low-lying poor drainage areas from Sunday night through early Tuesday. So this is going to be a few days worth that we're going to be seeing the effects of Nate. Now I'll show you in a second with the forecast models, but it does look like that we're going to be kind of seeing a split with Nate. The low pressure center and the moisture are going to kind of separate, it looks like. Most forecast models are showing that, but some are just showing it's going to stay kind of together. And the other factor, there's a cold front. So this cold front is going to kind of siphon off moisture from Nate once it makes landfall. And it kind of looks like landfall for Nate could be, according to the National Weather Service, but I'll show you that in a second, between, say, Florida and Louisiana. It could be right around a Category 1 hurricane. So now, let's switch over to the screen here. And let's start from the National Hurricane Center. So this is where Nate is. It's not in the Gulf of Mexico just yet, so it's not strengthening. Once it crosses into the Gulf of Mexico, that's where the warmer waters will make it strengthen. The other one that's out there, this is just a disturbance, nothing really named or anything like that. It's just something that we're going to keep an eye on. It doesn't really look like that one's going to be going anywhere. But Nate, let's go back to Nate. So this is the track right now, the cone of uncertainty from the National Hurricane Center. So S here, that means tropical storm. H means hurricane. So as this crosses into the Gulf of Mexico, it does look like it's going to be strengthening into just barely a Category 1 hurricane. Then it's going to make landfall, so I would say anywhere between Florida and Louisiana. So any of those 3 states, or 4 states technically right there, could be seeing a landfall. But once it makes landfall, it immediately loses power and starts dropping down back to a tropical storm, then a depression by the time the low pressure center makes it up our way by, looks like Monday afternoon on this. But we are going to be seeing the separation between the low pressure center and all the moisture. So let's take a look at the satellite here, where we're seeing kind of very wide. It's not very organized. There's kind of the center right there. Let me see, once it gets to the end of the loop, I'm just going to stop it there. One more. So there's the low pressure center. It's not entirely organized. There's no eye or anything like that. Tropical storms don't typically have an eye, because once it does have an eye, that's really the strength of a hurricane. Well, it's slowly making its northward approach into the Gulf of Mexico, and that's where it does look like it's going to be strengthening. So let's start here by taking a look at the GFS, and let me get that out of here. So with the GFS, there's the position. So it's initializing very well, and that's something we look at, whether the forecast model is initializing or starting up accurate to what's actually out there. If it's not, then we don't really put too much weight on that forecast model. So this one I'm putting a lot of weight on with the GFS because it's initializing very well. So let's slide this through. We're going to be seeing, let me grab the slider. It looks almost north, maybe a little bit of west of north, and this is having landfall right now. Looks like just on the eastern tip of Louisiana, going a little bit into Mississippi. Then we're seeing this moisture kind of siphoning off. So here, there's separation between the cold front and the moisture. The next frame, this is where we're starting to see some of this moisture siphoned off. And as I continue a little bit, the low pressure center is still here in the southeast, but a lot of the moisture is being pulled off. This is Sunday afternoon. So when I back up through Saturday, it looks like it's going to be not too bad of a day on Saturday. There's still high pressure kind of in the area that's going to be keeping most of the area dry, just a little bit cloudy. And it's going to be starting to get a little bit more humid as this moisture and the humidity starts to come up to our area. So then by the time we get to Sunday morning, start to see some showers. And when I zoom in here, look at these black lines. Those are the isobars. Very close together means it's going to be very windy. So we're going to be starting to see these effects Sunday morning. And then the main bulk of the precipitation that we would see at least is starting Monday morning. So this is very steady rain that we're going to be seeing. Still fairly close isobars, so it does look like it's going to be still a little bit breezy or windy. And on the GFS here, kind of does this little bit of an eastward pull. Because remember, once you're over land, it has this kind of synoptic scale, we call it, where things typically move from the west to the east. And it looks like it's kind of getting a little bit of that motion and turning a little bit east as the low pressure center kind of comes over us. And this is by Tuesday morning, where it's pretty much going to be right over us on the GFS here. And then by Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon, starting to clear out. Then when we go into Wednesday, that's just a regular little bit of rain. This is that last one I was talking about. It doesn't really show anything too much at the moment, but that is very far out, so we're not going to look at that. We're going to take this one storm at a time at the moment. So this is what the GFS is showing, and it's just showing it's pretty much going to be starting mid-morning Sunday and then going through Monday. Monday does look like it's going to be a very rainy day. And then Tuesday morning, a little bit lingering, and starts clearing out Tuesday afternoon. The GFS, now, this is a little bit of a different look. This is not precipitation. This is, 850 millibar or hectopascal height. So you can kind of think of the lower heights, which are these darker greens. This is lower pressure. So any of these areas are showing a little bit lower pressure. The wider areas are showing higher heights. So that's why in the high pressure, it's pretty much just white right there versus these darker greens as you head up the scale. So let's see. There's Nate right there. And this is Saturday morning. So it's not really too much in our area, but it's starting to show. And these tacks mean 10, 20 knot winds, it looks like. So anywhere between 10 and 20 knot winds. So that's getting a little bit breezy. Then we're going to see, this is Sunday morning. This European jumps pretty much 24 hours at a time. So there's a lot of low heights, which can relate to low pressure, and that's going to be unstable air. So we're going to be seeing some rain coming through for Sunday. Then going into Monday, there's Nate. It's slower on the European here. Then the low pressure center, almost in the same position as the GFS. This is Tuesday morning. If you remember the GFS, when I go back a little bit, had it almost in that same spot, and this is Monday night at about 8 p.m. to about 2 a.m. on Tuesday, when this is showing about 8 a.m. on Tuesday. So a little bit of timing differences. And then this is going to be out by Wednesday, and this is starting to get a little high pressure, so I don't think really too much into the precipitation on Wednesday. And what was this showing for Wednesday? So high still in place. Looks like the precipitation is kind of at bay for Wednesday morning, but then Wednesday afternoon looks like we could be seeing a little bit of precipitation or a little shower action going on there. So that was the GFS and the Euro. The Canadian, not really my favorite, and a lot of people know that. Also, one of my colleagues, Joe Chaffee, talks a lot about the Canadian that he doesn't really like either. So with this, let's just see where it is. So Nate makes landfall a little bit further west on the Canadian. Pretty much looks like over the New Orleans area. Then this is still true. That cold front pulls and siphons off some of the moisture. So now this is, Saturday, still dry. Then going into Sunday, starting to see some showers, so a little bit slower on the Canadian here than the European. Sundays, not heavy showers, but the isobars are a little bit close, so it does look still windy. And then we're going to go into, this is Monday morning. This is where we're going to be seeing the bulk of the rain. And this is by about 2 p.m. on Monday, which is showing some pretty decent rain. So Monday still doesn't look too pleasant of a day on the Canadian. And then Tuesday morning, it's not showing anything for Tuesday morning. And then it has this precipitation coming overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. And it does have a bit more steady rain on Wednesday. And then on the NAM here, this one doesn't go out as far. So it's initializing properly. Nate is in the same spot as it is now on the forecast model. And then this, let's see, it has it make landfall on that very eastern tip of Louisiana going into Mississippi. And then as it comes off here, so the cold front doesn't pull the moisture off as strongly as some of the other forecast models here with the NAM. And then we're going to be seeing, this is, oh wow, this one's very underplayed maybe. So this is, let's go back to Saturday. There's Saturday. So still dry. Then here, this is Sunday morning, so it's going to be a quick little burst of some rain Sunday morning. Then dry in the afternoon. Then for Monday, we don't see anything really until overnight Monday, which is as far as the NAM goes out. So still a lot of discrepancies between these forecast models. A couple of them are in fairly well agreement. And then the last one I just want to show you, this is the Watson supercomputer, the Deep Thunder project from IBM. So I'm just going to hit the play button here. There's Nate. Looks like Nate also makes, on the very eastern tip of Louisiana going to Mississippi there, that moisture comes off, siphoned off by that cold front. So this here, let me go back. This is about 8 a.m. on Sunday. It's still a fairly thin strip, but it lasts a bit longer than we're seeing more moisture. So this is showing like what the European and the GFS were showing, which was more steady precipitation throughout the day on Sunday. And then Monday, here it comes, and a lot of the moisture and the low pressure center stays together. So a lot of rain and a lot of wind coming through on Monday. So Monday doesn't look like too pleasant of a day either on this model. And then that makes its way out, and this is out very fast. So this is Tuesday morning, and that high is stronger on this one, showing pretty much dry conditions throughout the day on Tuesday. Then going into Wednesday, let's see here, nothing really too much yet. And Wednesday looks like a fairly dry day, so still some inconsistencies once we get past Nate coming through. Now let me switch back to my main camera. So I just wanted to give you guys that quick little weather update here for the weekend. Saturday. So overall, Saturday doesn't look like too bad of a day. We're still going to have very warm temperatures above the average, where we'll be seeing near summer-like temperatures in the upper 70s to the low 80s. A little bit humid as well. Sunday starts to see some rain, and it's going to be kind of raw, not really raw, but a nasty, muggy kind of feeling day with the rain and the humidity. Monday is the stormy day, then it starts to clear out overnight Monday into Tuesday, maybe some showers lingering on Tuesday, clearing out Tuesday afternoon. That's pretty much the end of Nate for the tri-state region. So this is meteorologist Andrew Pinero. I'll have more weather updates and tropical updates throughout the weekend as Nate continues to make its approach. Have a great evening, everybody.